What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about the future of the Horizon franchise. We got a little news today, a little talk on the multiplayer game, and then also talking about how many games, or how many plans, I guess, they have in place for the future. The biggest thing here is that they expect Horizon to go on for a very long while. That's a direct quote from them. Very long while, and they have 16 plans for the future. So these plans are, I would assume, like rough ideas for games. Now, is that to say that all 16 happen? God, I hope not, but I do think some of them obviously will. The multiplayer one maybe being one of them. They once again talked about the multiplayer and said, as people probably already know, we're also going to be working on a multiplayer game. They do throw in it's 2-player, and by doing that, by having 2-player, it's very, very different for the studio. It's about as different as it was when they first went into the first Horizon game, so it's a whole new experience for them. And then again, they talk about that 16 planned idea. So I want to focus on that a little bit. The multiplayer thing I'm actually extremely interested in. And we've heard for so long that back with Horizon 1, they wanted multiplayer. They kind of pushed it to Horizon 2. That didn't happen either, so now it's just going to kind of be its own thing. I'm very excited for that. The 16 thing is where I don't draw a line, but I do find it kind of fascinating. So in my time on the internet, in my time covering Horizon, I've seen quite a split with this game. Now, the first game sold extremely well. It's one of those 10+ million copy games, and that was largely, or maybe even entirely, without it doing any kind of subscription thing, right? When you think about Forbidden West, the game's done well, but we also have subscriptions added on to it, right? It's been available on PlayStation Plus, and it did so, about a year after the game released. But from what I've seen in terms of videos and really just coverage across the internet, Horizon, to me, doesn't seem like the most beloved thing of all time. I see loads of people that just either had never checked in the first place, right, or checked out maybe after Horizon 1, or they didn't play Burning Shores, whatever. I don't sense like the same kind of love. And this is just my, speculation, I guess, just my opinion. I don't see the same kind of love for Horizon that I see for other things. Now, again, that's being said by somebody who actually does. I like Horizon. I want it to continue. Now, do I want 16 games? No, I absolutely do not. Now, granted, again, can you actually give us 16 games? The answer to that is also probably no, right? But the idea is, they want this franchise to continue long term. They have all these ideas. So I guess what I fear is maybe somewhat the same as like Insomniac, but also somewhat different. With Insomniac, I've always said I don't want them to be restricted to just superheroes. That's my main thing. They are insanely talented, but when you got Spider-Man, you got Miles, and now you got Wolverine, and the third game, right, is most likely a multiplayer thing, and that's probably a Marvel game. They've given us some absolutely mind-blowing games in the past. One of my favorite franchises of all time in Resistance, obviously Ratchet and Clank, which we did get, Sunset Overdrive. So I just feel like they're kind of constrained a bit, even though they're super talented, and I know the games they're going to give us are good. In some ways, it's kind of the same here. Obviously, Killzone, I think they can do, Guerrilla, they can do different things. And to kind of lock them in to Horizon only for, on Twitter, I said like 10 years, kind of half jokingly, but also kind of not. I could easily see them having, when you think about how long games take to make, right? I could see them having a 10 to 15 year plan, and it's entirely Horizon. Every game they make, if they're making 2 games at a time, both of them are Horizon games. That's the kind of stuff I don't really like, because I think, okay, well, they are really talented. I'm sure the games will be really good. I loved Burning Shores. The stuff that they did in Burning Shores is actually unbelievable that they got that working on a PS5. Like, it was so good. So on one side, I'd be excited to see what they have in store for us for those things. But on the other side, I don't know, just the idea that you have 16 ideas, and yes, they won't all turn into games, but say even 4 of them turn into games. Well, that's 4 Horizon games next, right over the next, say, 10 years, 10+ years, with how long we know it takes to make games. So, I know I'm rambling, I know I'm ranting here, but it's interesting to me just because I've never really seen universal love for Horizon. It really feels like they're putting all their eggs in that basket, and I don't actually know if it'll work out. In fact, I kind of think it won't. I think that if you do this, and you do, say 4 games, and you have all these different studios helping you, if you do 4 Horizon games over the next 10 years and nothing else from Guerrilla, I don't see that working. I actually think that's probably the wrong decision to make. Now, I'm not in power there. I don't have that control. So what does it matter what I say? I do understand that. And ultimately, I'll be playing all of them anyway. So you could call me hypocritical or whatever. But it's just wanted to throw in my kind of 2 cents there. See what you guys think. Would you like them to do different stuff beyond Horizon? Do you get excited hearing that the future is all of these just Horizon games, 16 ideas? Let me know in the comments. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed, bell icon turned on. If you want to check out any of my other social media links, our Twitter, my other YouTube channels, all the links are in the description below, okay? Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one.